here we are back again, and Friends of Recovery are with us, and this is like a collaborative because there's a number of organizations represented here, and they're actually working on a day, well, not working on, but a day is coming up, and it will be in Albany at the Convention Hall, I believe it is, and Stand Up for Recovery. It's going to be on March 20th from, I believe, 8 in the morning till about 3 in the afternoon. Is that right?
Absolutely.
I didn't write it down, but anyway.
That's good to remember.
So tell us, Allison, tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So first of all, my name is Allison Weingarten. I am the Interim Executive Director for Friends of Recovery New York. And I am a person in recovery and a family member and friend and ally to those who are in recovery.
So you understand.
Yes.
You understand, because it's very important to understand what's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. And part of our mission is both to advocate for things that we know that the recovery community needs, and to really talk about ourselves as people in recovery and friends and allies to the movement to end the negative perception of people struggling with addiction and people in recovery.
Absolutely. Now, Lori, how did you get involved with this? Because I know you're with a different group. You're with the Youth Program Specialist for Voices Matter New York.
Yeah, Youth Voices Matter is affiliated with Friends of Recovery New York. I'm a Youth Recovery Program Specialist. I work in 4 regions of the state. So I work in the communities to establish youth recovery community organizations. And we build the community up. So we collect, and recruit young people to educate them on recovery services and offer them a way to have a service that isn't maybe not there in the community. A lot of communities don't have services that are needed.
Right. Yeah, so to establish them. How are the referrals made? Do clients actually come to you, or are you basically interested in setting up programs?
We don't have clientele. We have members and allies. So my sister's an ally of my organization, just my mom is an ally as well, even though she's not a young person. I'm also a person in long-term recovery, so I have a lot of experience in the recovery community prior to being a professional in the community, which is cool. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're pretty much like a semi of what For New York does.
And we definitely support programs that do the clinical work, but our job really is to build what we call recovery capital and help people, really elevate their voice.
Yes. That's important.
Yes,
that's important. Yes. Very important. It's kind of like there's this piece and there's this piece, and you're kind of doing that. Nancy, you're back there, and you are with New Choices Recovery Center.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you're fine.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, I am. I'm Director of Prevention, but New Choices is a full continuum of services. It has the clinical portion, the prevention services. We support the recovery. We're supporting Friends of Recovery Schenectady, which is celebrating its first year anniversary.
Oh, happy to hear that.
Yeah. So we're very excited about that. And my interest in this, and how I've had over 30 years of experience in seeing the devastation that addiction and substance abuse disorders has caused.
It doesn't affect just the person; it affects the family and their
families and seniors and children. It's everyone. So it's something I'm very passionate about and try to make a difference.
And we're hearing so much about the opioid, situation, which is just terrible what's happening.
Yes.
And Taylor, you have a mic on, so you're all set. Tell us a little bit about, you're a peer. How do you call yourself a peer advocate?
Yes.
That's good. So tell me about what you do.
So right now, I'm part of Youth Voices Matter with Lori, and
okay.
I'm a member of the advisory council, as well as overseeing, the Capital District and what goes on around here. I'm also a co-leader of Friends of Recovery Schenectady, and I work in an
So you got your hands all over the place.
I'm all over the place, because I understand, the struggle. I'm in recovery myself for over 4 years now.
Exactly.
And I understand how hard it is to really find your recovery, especially at a young age. So to be able to, create some sort of environment where youth and young adults can come together and realize there's life beyond your substance use, and you can have fun.
They realize it as soon as they can get beyond going through that withdrawal and everything else.
Right.
They realize there's a whole new life out there for them.
Right.
And it's so important to have that connecting tissue, so that people can have sort of a glue in that
Right.
life after, finding recovery.
And our mission is to build them all across the state. So it's really just the community members, like the youth that are already in recovery, establishing stuff together to like provide support to one another, which is super important.
Exactly, and the support, of course, is
Yes.
important. But when you look at when people go, well, they're addicts or something like that. These are people.
Yes.
These are people who
Yes.
have a lot to give to the community.
Yes.
I mean, they need to be helped
Yes.
and to
They're-
move along.
They're people just like every
Exactly.
other person. There could be heart
But I mean,
disease,
people
you
like
could
to
have
just do a label.
diabetes,
They
you
like
could
to
have,
label,
but that's the stigma that
Yeah.
we
And
are
you wanna overcome
continuously
that.
trying to get the voices. So the
Right.
voices of people that you know what
Yeah.
this is. It's a substance abuse disorder, just like any other disorder that we
Whether you
can
smoke,
experience.
smoking addiction, right?
Yes, it is.
Right.
That's a big addiction.
That's a big addiction. Yeah. Do they so you don't work? You work with clients.
I work with children, families, school districts.
Okay.
I'm on the prevention side.
You're on the prevention
So
side.
I would like to see people not have to go through the experience
Yeah.
of addiction. However, New Choices Recovery obviously has many clients and
Right.
helping them into recovery, and then like Taylor and I are working with Friends of Recovery Schenectady to have places where they can enhance their lives, have fun, have their voice, advocate for what we need so we can reduce the stigma and
how do
become
we? I guess I don't quite understand. How did kids get started? It's got to be peer, right? Their friend says, "Oh, I tried this. Why don't you try it?" I mean, why would a kid who you can't get to eat broccoli?
So everyone has a different path. So everyone's choice and to do whatever is going to be different based on circumstances. It could be a socioeconomic factor. It could be like how they're raised. It could be, I don't know, mental illness is involved.
Oh, okay.
It
So
all
there's many
depends.
factors.
It all depends. There's not one. It's not linear. Just like recovery is not linear. Just that's why like a lot of different services need to be offered to individuals so they're given what works for them, not what people think works for
Now,
them.
one size does not fit
And
all.
it's very important to us to emphasize that there are multiple paths to recovery.
Yes.
Many ways that you can find recovery, including treatment, including through using medication assisted
yeah,
treatment, through your peer groups, fitness, your
Religion,
church.
anything.
There are so many different paths. And we don't care what you choose. We just want to be able
Just
to
why you
provide
want to
the
get on the path.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Right.
Find that path and keep moving on it, right?
Because once you
Right.
get on it, you move forward, right?
I want to thank you all for being here, and we want to encourage people who maybe want to learn more about this to go to Stand Up for Recovery Day, which is March 20th, and it's at the
Empire Plaza
Plaza,
Convention Center in Albany.
Yeah, it's right down
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, I know exactly where it is. It has different names. every
Yes,
once in a
it
while.
does.
Yeah, but if you work at the state, you know where it is. You go off the concourse and you're right there. So anyway,
Exactly.
you're all set.
It's important that people register. So if they just search it in the internet, like
Register
browser,
and there's no charge, right?
No.
No charge.
No.
So please, if you know, maybe you belong to a church or something, you want to just find out, find out what you can do, how you can be part of the
Absolutely.
solution.
Yes.
rather
We're
than-
always looking for
community.
allies.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
You're looking for allies. Get out there and be an ally. Be an ally, be an advocate, whatever you're going to do.
Use
just
your
do
voice.
something,
We're
right?
all powerful cogs in this machine.
Yes,
and we can
we
do so
are.
much.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be finding out about dancing and how you can get involved and maybe find a good teacher. Stay tuned. Well, if you like to dance and you want to find a good teacher, because this organization is brand new, I think it's the first one in the United States.
It's the first chapter.
That's what I mean, the
Yes.
first chapter in the United
That's
States.
right.
It comes out of the UK.
Yes.
And it's called the U.S. Imperial Society of Teachers of Dance.
Teachers of dancing. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what it says over
We got
here.
our little thing, and I love the logo. Gee.
Yes, that's.
You gonna get
that's
us to
from
dance like that?
1904. That's when the
Really?
ISTD, or the Imperial Society, was established in England, and it is the premier organization for teaching teachers of dance and certifying them so that they get tested and licensed and so forth. And those teachers can also have their students test and achieve medals, so that dancers who want to accomplish something, they have a goal not just learning a few moves and that's it, but they have goals, that they go through syllabus like a bronze and silver and gold and so forth, and they can be tested at each level and
Incredible.
find a sense of accomplishment. So
Yeah.
it's more than just going out and doing whatever.
Well, no, I mean,
Yes.
we're not talking about, freestyle dancing here. We're talking
No.
about more formal ballroom dancing, which is very stylized. And there are certain dances that fall into the category of ballroom dancing. And I've seen, I don't know about you, Susan, but I've seen these two dance, but you're a dancer too, yes.
Yes.
But amazing, because you've been on the Proctor stage
Oh, yes,
with
yes.
Dance Sport. And
Yes.
you've done a number of things like that. What caused you to, I don't know who thought about it. But
Well, actually, I was approached
Okay.
because we have the Albany Dance Sport Club in the area, and we do shows, and we go on the road, we do competitions and so forth. The national organization USISTD actually contacted
Oh,
me,
wow.
and because they had heard about Albany Dance Sport Club, and I had written articles for their their magazine.
So you should see her dance, her and her husband. Oh my God, they're amazing.
Anyway, so they said, USISTD has always been a teachers organization for professional teachers, but we want to expand that. And we want to invite all dancers to join the organization
Oh, okay.
so that they can advance their training and just take it up to the next step. And we thought Albany Dance Sport Club would be a good place to start. So we've actually formed the first chapter of the USISD in America.
How exciting.
How exciting. And we had a committee writing bylaws. Liz got
And
the
Liz,
bylaws
you're
here.
doing events. So
Yes.
what are you doing with the events? Are you you're starting with one at Danceland, is that correct?
Yes, we're going to be starting at Danceland March 16th, and we're really excited about it. We've got a great committee putting that together, and it's going to be on a Saturday. It'll be every second week of the month.
Oh, great.
And we're going to have 3 different teachers there, and we'll have our first one will be Latin workshop.
I
It'll
saw that,
be-
yeah. The
learn and
bachata,
practice.
the
Yeah, I'm proud to
cha-cha,
say
yeah.
we're going to have Felix Ortiz from the salsa community.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
will be doing that. Louise will be teaching cha-cha.
Okay.
And we have Joy Bernard, who is going to be doing bachata. So
Okay,
it'll
yeah.
be diversified as far as Latin
Now,
goes.
we're encouraging people to check it out, but if they walk in and they've never done ballroom dancing, how comfortable will they feel?
Not a problem.
Not a problem.
Okay.
We encourage beginners and experienced dancers. Our main goal is to get whatever you do is to work on the technique you have.
Okay.
And if you don't have the technique and styling,
You'll
we're
teach it.
there
To help.
Just show.
Yes.
And Susan, how long have you been dancing? And you're new. I'm just meeting
About
you.
5 years.
Okay.
I'd like to add that they don't need to come with a partner. They can come alone to
Absolutely.
the event. This organization is really exciting. We're looking forward to having a dance camp sometime in October. And at that dance camp, internationally known Lori Woods-Gay and Cher Rutherford are going to present their performing arts syllabus for
Which
the first
is a different type of dance. The performing arts is a little bit
Theatrical.
different.
It's
theatrical
theatrical
dance.
dance.
And I love that. I mean, it's
Oh,
really
it's
kind of
great.
neat to watch.
And this is the first time they're presenting it, so that's really exciting. We're also looking to sponsor a competition sometime in the spring, maybe next May. So we've got a lot of irons in the fire.
What about kids? Are you trying to work with kids at all, or are you going to leave that just to a different
Well,
group?
it's possible. It's possible, but right now we've
You got plenty to
the
deal with.
monthly events that Liz is chairing, and then we have the camps and comps and so forth. The competition would be quite nice because it would be open to all. And what we're doing a little bit differently in competition, I don't know if Susan wants to talk about it.
You can.
Okay, so it's not just couples. If people don't have partners but they want to compete, as long as they've studied the syllabus are the basic steps, the stepping stones, so that each figure is learned sequentially. If they have some idea of the syllabus, then they can pick someone out of a hat and actually go out there and compete in waltz or in cha-cha or rumba, whatever it is. As long as they have some fundamentals there, they really don't need a partner in order to participate, which is something different that
Now,
hasn't
that
been
is
done.
entirely different because you always come with a partner, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll be a little bit like what they do in West Coast Swing, the Jack and Jill events.
Yeah.
You pick a name out of the hat. Okay, you're going to dance with that person.
That's kind of a cool idea.
It's a cool
actually.
idea.
Yeah.
In
Well,
ballroom, it's not been done.
Well, yeah, and the thing is that a lot of times you feel people are unapproachable, that you'd like to try and dance with them, but if you get them out of a hat, it's like, yeah, got it.
That's it.
Nailed it. I got him. I'm going to
Exactly.
dance with them.
So I brought a few
Yeah.
things that the USISD sells on its online, store. So there are DVDs. There's test books. There's syllabus guidelines.
So people can buy these.
They can buy these,
and
they
get
can actually
started that
study
way.
on their own if
Yeah.
they wanted to. Learn step by step. It tells you what your footwork is, what your foot position is, your alignment, all of this. How to hold with your partner. So all the information is
basics.
actually in here.
And when you compete, it's graded. I don't want to say graded, but your points are given based on your structure and how you move on the
Well, you're in comparison with other couples.
yeah,
on the
no,
floor.
I realize
Yeah.
that. If they're all terrible, you're good.
They won't be terrible. Everybody's good.
I'm sure. But I think this is a great idea, what you're doing, and I like what you're doing. I think it's going to be fun to see how this develops. Go ahead, Liz.
I'd like to say that we have a Facebook page, and we'll be on Twitter and Instagram, and Sue is handling
She's a
that.
PR,
You want
yeah,
to
and
tell
she's
them
doing
that,
social media,
where
yeah.
to go on Facebook? Sue's handling that.
Right.
So.
It's just
So check-
Albany chapter USISTD.
Okay, check it out.
So we'll have all our information
And
there.
find out, maybe you're going to open up a whole new
Yeah.
part of your
hopefully.
life.
No experience necessary.
I love that.
Absolutely
I
not.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a lot of people are threatened by ballroom dance because it looks so formal, but
It's
it
not
doesn't
so
have
hard.
to be.
No,
right?
it doesn't.
No.
Everybody starts with the first step. And
Exactly.
the left foot works as well as the right.
Exactly. Hopefully.
We're just going to tell you where to put it.
Yeah, that's it.
We're going to take a quick break. Thank you all for being here.
thank
We're going to
you.
take
Thank
a
you.
quick break, and we're going to find out about that supermoon. When is it going to be, and will you see it? And I hope there's no clouds, so stay tuned.